вроде врубается. Здесь, конечно, чек. А, у меня фикс скоп и не паш. Да. Так попробуем. Так, сейчас еще тут на месте. Так, сейчас приду.
entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. You're cleared to land. Enjoy your stay at Sidonia.
Какой Деймос. Деймос. Ладно.
Civilian vessels are allowed to dock at Deimos Star Yard.
Понятно.
Deimos Star Yard acknowledging civilian vessel. Our sales department is open. Please dock if you want to do business.
Тут живые люди.
Greetings, Captain.
When humanity finally left the cradle of Earth behind,
Welcome to
United
Deimos.
Colonies was born. Intrepid explorers and valiant colonists.
Хрен его знает. Голды натыкали, вроде нормас.
It's nice to see someone not in uniform. They can be so touchy, you know. Always eager to point out the slightest problem. Oh, please tell me you aren't secretly some high-ranking general, are you? Should I bow or curtsy then? I assume you're here for a ship. Either that or you are really, really lost. Mr. Henderson handles sales, but if you want to know anything about our ships, I'm your gal.
Посмотрим.
The UC Navy. I repaired just about every class of vessel there is. I even repaired Henderson's longsword once or twice. I swear that man has a guardian angel with him full time. Or 3. Deimos hired me because I know every rivet and microchip on these ships. So if Henderson gets stumped on something, it's showtime. I mean, they're very good, obviously. But these days, everyone's using the same core tech, right? Oh, shit. Do you know you can be lectured on being too honest? Right. What makes Deimos special, though, is the package. We've been building ships forever, and the way we put it all together, well,
Высший
it's
сред.
really good. In a I'm gonna murder my enemies sort of way. Huh? Oh yeah? Well, I take that as a compliment. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It can be pretty hard working with these no-nonsense military types. Oops. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say things like that, at least not so loudly. I've already been written up twice this week. I can only take so many lectures. Man, I could really use a drink. Yeah, but who thinks to themselves, man, I could really use a nice glass of water after a hard day. What I could really use is Jake's Stout, from Jake's Bar in New Atlantis, of course. Or the Well, to be more specific. I used to love that place when I lived there. I mean, Jake isn't friendly, but he can make a pretty good drink. Say, you're the traveling type, right? Would you mind grabbing me one of Jake's Stouts?
Потом.
Awesome! Thank you so much. I eagerly await your return. Oh, yeah. Bye.
Телекурьером работаю. Стой.
If you have any, if you ever need more
Ты корабль не
information,
дашь мне
just let me
посмотреть?
know.
Deimos ships are responsible for countless victories.
No other ship can hold a candle to it.
Кастомеры, да?
It's not even close.
What do we have
What?
here? A civilian in my star yard. Deimos prides itself on being the UC's first and last line of defense in space. But we're more than happy to protect and arm bold entrepreneurs that do their business among the stars. Anyone that flies in space earns my respect. Heck, an independent may be even braver. You don't have a fleet at your back when the Crimson Fleet comes calling. So, let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you. Music to my ears.
Этот боевой получается. Он получается во всем круче. Ну, карго, да. Сто, мне кажется, он будет плюс-минус как мой.
When you get serious about your spacecraft, come back to Deimos.
Да, мне мой устраивает.
This is the heart of the UC.
Это на возврат. Ладно, или здесь был. Марс. Исследование.
Be advised, you are entering United Colonies space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete.
to kick back in the broken sphere after a long day.
Don't worry. We're gonna make
Да идите в шопу. 100 раз прыгал. Купить, наверное, опять медицины. Вместе нога вправо нет.
sure you get
Странно.
that job. Trust me. Okay, now we need to ensure you get hired. Basically, we'll need to make sure you're the only choice. To do that, you'll need to get access to the HR terminal in the corporate office upstairs on the main level. If you delete the other applications from the system, you'll be a shoo-in. That's the spirit. Believe me, this is gonna help everyone. By the way, the HR password is password spelled backwards, which Tia thinks is pretty clever. She gets talkative during happy hour and loud.
Ладно,
Surprised
классика.
everyone doesn't know her password, honestly. Anyway, should be pretty easy. Good luck.
Not supposed to talk to you.
Private drinking establishment. Are you now? Tell me, how many missions you have under your belt? Bars for real veterans, not cadets playing dress up.
Рыба.
Glad we understand each other. Wasn't clear enough last time.
Ну да, я еще пока зелененький. Что ты смотришь? Все хорошо.
Yourself a favor and just go.
Found a clutch of heat bitches.
While I may technically work in
Что-то это вторить.
We got lots of stuff. Cool. That's what. Sounds like a plan.
Так, доставим. Хромидвокатор.
Yo, stay good out there.
Слушайте, медицина ж, наверное, есть.
Yeah. Let's...
Антиножника нет. Так,
Happy to
еще
help. Take a look at
стой.
what I...
Торгуют моими вещами.
See you around.
Угу. Так, где тут есть еще другие магазины? Ага, это вход. Нужен на второй этаж.
Hello. Welcome. I don't usually have time to speak with random people off the street, but I'd be happy to help if it's something quick. What can I do for you? I can answer your general questions about Sidonia. Nothing venturing into politics. Sorry, but it's my strict policy that I only speak with select members of the press and major political donors who are serious about making changes for the future prosperity of Mars. I'm glad you understand. You never know who's out to write a hit piece or take advantage of someone in my position. Of course, if you just want to chat about what makes Sidonia great, I am happy to oblige. That's cute, but not enough. If you're not sure how much, you probably can't afford it. And at this point, I'm not sure I'd accept it from you. You mean besides being the most important city of industry to our proliferation across the galaxy? Well, this is the home of Deimos Star Yards, which perfected grav drive technology and made honest-to-goodness space travel truly possible. And to this day, our mines and manufacturing are instrumental in delivering resources used throughout the United Colonies. We may not outshine fancier cities like New Atlantis on its surface, but without Sidonia, there would be no United Colonies. Well, I've been appointed governor, going on 20 years now, I believe. Every day, I am passionate about serving the hard-working people of Mars. I look out for their interests, I support their prosperity, and in return, they help make the United Colonies a shining beacon of hope for humanity. If you ask me, there's nothing better than that. Sidonia is not much of a tourist destination, unless you're interested in humanity's first major colony outside of Earth. But if you're not here for work, and you're looking to kill some time, I'm told the Martian surface is great for hiking. Beautiful scenery, assuming you like shades of red. If you're looking to kick back after that and experience Martian nightlife, the Broken Spear is as good a local watering hole as any. Considering I don't really know you, I'm not sure how to answer that. But Sidonia is a beacon of industry. There's plenty of work to go around. If you have mining experience, you may wish to check with whoever the current Deimos mining director is. Or maybe check with the Deimos Star Yard corporate office. If those aren't your speed, then there are a number of local businesses that are always looking for help. Enjoy Sidonia.
Очень интересно и сказал.
Welcome to the office of the governor. Hello. Do you have business with Governor Hurst?
Whether you need single, double, or family occupancy, Lux has you covered. Inquire today.
Well, points for honesty, I suppose. If you change your mind and need to speak with him, I'll tell you that his schedule is wide open at the moment. It'd be a good time to see him. You're very welcome.
Hi.
Everything okay, Gilly? You seem a little disturbed.
At least I've got more than enough work to complete before I can go home. Go me.
Stop! In the name of the law!
Sidonia City Security is here to keep you safe. If you see something suspicious...
UC Security, you're under arrest. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
I guess not. It's been hard.
I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not...
That sounds great. You don't have to ask me twice.
Smart decision. Stand by.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat.
Посмотрим.
The prisoner's ready, sir.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. Not this time. So, let me see what we're working with here. It appears that you have a background in cyber running. Perfect. Information gathering is one of our top priorities around here. I also see that you've mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Huh. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll have my people get right on that. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? Yes, well, this is your only opportunity to keep yourself out of jail. So I suggest you change your attitude. UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. Not for me. For yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any cost that the operation will incur. Or, you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. coercing you into doing anything. I'm simply giving you a chance to redeem yourself. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else? You aren't leaving until I have an answer. If I didn't think you had a chance, I would have left you in lockup. You're just going to have to follow your instincts and trust me. Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
Блин, ну я не знаю, что можно скрытые задания найти, что это.
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Going in all infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You got a lot of guts.
Go on. I wouldn't leave the commander like this. You can always come back and show.
Армин Петросян, понял.
By lashing them to the hull of a ship.
Hello.
And then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right? The commander can handle any of your questions.
Conde's on level 2. Try not to touch anything until he actually clears you.
Да, я же все потрогал. Или нет?
Just shut up and do as you're told.
Ты откроешь?
All right. This is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Conde should be waiting for you.
We hunt piracy all across the galaxy.
А, это фракция идет. Ни хрена себе.
Oh, yes. What?
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority than they're willing to admit. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, they'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow. Well then, I suppose you'll just have to take your chances. In the meantime, I expect you to follow my orders, to the letter. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. Fine. Whatever gets the job done. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. Well, you better learn quick. Otherwise, I'll start looking for someone to take your place. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance, and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own. All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got. For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines. While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining your cover. Do what you have to do, but remember why you're out there in the first place. That's why I expect you to constantly seek alternative means to overcome your obstacles, rather than blowing holes in them. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, I'm urging you to follow that path. Use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do the right thing. Good luck.
Ладно. Чё меня сон напрягает?
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Akande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. Haven't you been paying attention? Our goal here is the complete eradication of the Crimson Fleet. In order to do that, we need to dismantle them piece by piece from within. If you bring me evidence, we can make arrests and slowly drain their resources. Think of it as a death by 1,000 tiny cuts. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. Commander Akande came up with the idea. He was concerned you might not help us simply because it was the right thing to do. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden, and with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed. Let me know if you need anything else.
Is there anything else I can answer before you proceed?
Excuse me.
Hey.
Корабль реально почистили, что?
I like to think of myself as your emotional support human.
Тебе что чистить? 2600.
That ship will carry the memory of your visit forever.
Долго поворачивают. Ящиков наделал.
This is UC Security. Prepare to be scanned for contraband. And we're done.
Он пытался донат стащить.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy. Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that line. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm just having a laugh. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got? All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC security catches on. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. Sure, go ahead. You shoot me, and the TA will have bounty hunters on your ass before you even get back to the spaceport. Listen, love, I've heard it all. Threats bounce right off, so either cough up the finder's fee or try and sell that shipment on your own. You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you. There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you. Look, I told you everything I know. Adler's your man.
Да, хоть помните.
Day off. At least I've got, unless you're a Deimos employee, another long day. There's always something to do around here.
По времени, когда скипнуть, да?
It's amazing. I'm a bit busy at. Do you work for me? It's hard to keep track.
Что отречь можно?
I've warmed up to Mars since I came here. Hello there. Do I know you? Ah, I see. Well, I'm Leona Hawks, Deimos Staryard's corporate liaison. Anyone who deals with our office likely deals with me at some point. I suppose I'll be seeing you around. We've been contracted with the UC for decades to provide military-focused crafts for the entire fleet. It makes sense that they trust us, as Deimos is the oldest standing ship manufacturer in the settled systems. We were responsible for some of the major advancements in grav drive technology since the early days of its existence, so our legacy is strong. I coordinate between Deimos Corporate and the other operations, such as the Star Yard itself, and the mining operations here on Sidonia. Deimos Star Yards Corporation is a complex entity, given that the different divisions have different goals and priorities. My job is to make sure those are all in alignment. Bye then.
Бесполезно.
Worker satisfaction. If you notice any of the miners exhibiting worrisome behavior, feel free to let me know about it.
I haven't at least another long day. There's always something to do around here. Another long day.
Не работает.
Many people think psychology is only good for treating
Здесь можно найти кровать.
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Just make sure to keep them holstered at all times.
A reminder that particle detonation can occur beyond the city limits between the hours of 0600 and 1800 local time.
Commerce, never just leave these in. Commerce, just leave whatever it is you're selling on the desk.
Take your time. Ask me if you need it.
Блин, я пока еще не мастер.
Be careful down near the mines and enter any active site that you know.
Здесь я не могу тоже лечь. Где-то было... Точно трудно.
Hey, friendo. Got any special goods you're willing to part with? Maybe we can make a deal. Hello, welcome to the Sidonia UC Exchange. The best goods, all courtesy of the United Colonies, straight to all of the wonderful UC soldiers, workers, and other citizens. I've got this, a little of that, and a little of some other things you wouldn't expect to find at the UC shop, hmm? But that's because I try to provide for everyone here. So, please, browse my stock and let me know what I can get for you, friendo. Take a look.
Нахрень. Беовульф. Лес тоже есть.
See you later, friendo.
It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Oh, I swear the next gobshite miner who walks in here fancying me for lack of better options is gonna need enhanced to put their face back together.
Let me guess. You're here because you were working a cutter, accidentally nipped your thumb off, and you need me to reattach it again? Well, that's a relief. You'd be surprised how often it happens. Sorry. I tend to think the worst, since the overwhelming majority of my patients come here to treat entirely preventable accidents. I know it's my job to help people, and I love doing it, but I do wish they'd be a little more careful down in the mines. I'm Dr. Flynn. What can I do for you today? Okay, one moment while I look you over. I can barely see what's wrong with you. Are you sure you're not coming in here just to see me? Looks like we're gonna need the strong stuff to cure you. Hold still. You're good to go. Careful around the affected area. Give it time to heal completely. Bollocks. Is that how I come off now? Ah, work's getting to me, I suppose. It's just... You see, no one on this bloody planet seems to follow basic safety precautions. It's always, Dr. Flynn, reattach me arm, or help me with this frostbite. Well, maybe if you took the time to properly dress yourself for the outside, you wouldn't be losing your fingers, you idiot.
Sorry for the rant. Just for a change, I'd rather be treating the common cold and not some horrific yet entirely preventable accident. You know, I've been saying that going on 10 years now. You'd think I'd take me own advice, open up my own practice on a nice, safe world, maybe settle down with someone. I'd be much happier, for sure. But the truth is, the pay is exceptional here, and all these careless Egypts keep me busy. Maybe it's enough to stay with it and retire early instead. I've often wondered why myself. I've got some theories. From what I hear, the equipment's supposedly not in the best shape, so that's part of it. But I also happen to know the miners can get very competitive, since their bonuses are determined by how well they exceed their quotas. So that leads to a bunch of meatheads going out of their way to avoid following safety precautions and taking shortcuts to squeeze out a little extra job performance. It's bollocks, that's what it is. Sure, take a look at what I have to offer.
Ты мне хватит.
See you around.
Howdy.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first. Yeah, sure. If the trade authority won't even deal with the shipment of that crap, where else you gonna go? Just cool your thrusters for a minute before you wreck this deal for the both of us. Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back. Feel free to throw as many credits in my face as you want, but that isn't the point. We need to make an example out of this guy. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
Что ты прикалываешься?
I wish there was something more.
Something I can help you with? Adler Camp. Who the heck is that? What? Play what games? You're obviously confusing me with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever. Hey now. Take it easy there. Let me think about that person you mentioned.
Так уж работает.
Adler, was it? Hmm? Oh, wait. You mean that, Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah? Well, I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right? I'm a miner for Deimos. It's not what I was hoping for.
3000 давай.
But here I am. Yeah. It's a lousy company. Pays me a salary. But I depend on the profit-sharing bonuses to keep food on the table for my family. Holy crap. Really? You do that for me? Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. For everything. And don't worry. I'll never borrow anything from Adler again. I promise.
Something for me? There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Nice. Nice! You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, associates? That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
Чего же валить отсюда? Мне бы надо удалить. Время, блин, скинуть как-то. Поздно было.
Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors.
Some mining doing. I'm a bit busy at the moment. Lots of business operations to operate and orbit.
I haven't had a day off in 3 years, and I wrote the damn time off policy.
Ничего интересного.
Deimos Star Yards may be the first major ship manufacturer, but that doesn't mean we haven't kept up with the times.
Many people think psychology is only good for treating past emotional trauma. While I may technically work in HR,
Always
tears really
less.
want to see
At least I've got more than enough work to do.
Careful near the railings on
New to Sidonia?
Играть-то найду.
This is right where I belong. Push one there.
There's nothing like seeing us.
Конечно, сейчас.
Public, no less.
Сама беспалевность.
Mars is rammed with resources, which
Don't
means
worry.
there's always gonna...
And I can say that I've got some good news for you. I just saw the company message go out that you've been hired as Peter's assistant. Congratulations. Next step should be easy. Just go to work for Peter, and when you get access to his terminal messages, you'll see my request. All you've got to do is approve that request, and we'll be right on with it. Then, we can get that new equipment and show corporate how it's done.
Тут опять топать. Ладно, на сегодня все. Сегодня не так много будет.